Today we'll be taking up a new topic in grammar, which is subject-verb agreement. Okay. So first of all, what is a subject?
Noun and pronoun.
Pronoun. How can you say that it is a subject? What are the criteria where you can say it is a subject? How can you say that a noun is a subject or a pronoun is a subject? If I say Ram has a banana, banana is subject?
No, ma'am. Ram is subject.
So why Ram is a subject and banana is not a subject? Because both are nouns.
Ma'am, because Ram is doing work.
Yes. About whom it has been talked in the sentence, right? Who is performing the action, about whom it has been said in the subject, in the sentence, is the subject. Okay. So the performance of the action is done by the noun Ram, not by the banana. So here Ram is the subject. Okay. About whom it has been talked about Ram. So Ram is the subject. And verb, we all know what is verb, the action that is performed or the state of being, right? That is the verb. Now what actually is subject verb agreement? Agreement means both should agree. Okay. The verb must agree with its subject in number and in person. Number means anyone? Very good. Singular and
plural.
very good. Singular and plural. That is number. And person means
First person, second person, and third person.
very good. First person, second person, and third person. So the verb must agree with its subject in number and in person. That is, if it is singular, the verb should agree with the singular verb, and if it is plural, it should agree with the plural noun, right? If it is first person, the verb should agree with first person. Someone's mic is on. Please switch it off. Okay. Still it is on. I can hear the echo better. Okay. So if it is first person, the verb should be in agreement with the first person. Please switch off your mic, beta. Okay. And if it is second person, it should be in agreement with the second person. And if third person, it should be in agreement. Now, how the agreement is done? How can we say what to use with what noun? Okay. The basic principle of subject verb agreement is singular subjects need singular verb, plural subjects need plural verbs, right? This is the basic principle which we use, which we all unknowingly use, that this is because of the principle. Okay, this is because of the subject verb agreement. We unknowingly keep on using it. We always say my brother is a player. We never say my brother are a player, right? Okay, we say my brother is a player. My brothers are player, right? This is the singular subject taking up singular verb. Okay, so when we say my brother is a player or my sisters are dancers, the agreement between verb and the noun, singular and plural. Okay, that is clearly used by us unknowingly, right? But this is the basic principle. Okay, verbs in the present tense for third person singular subjects, he, she, it, have s endings. Other words do not add s endings. That is verb in the first form and verb in the fifth form. We have seen this, he, she, it, I, you, we, they. We have all seen this, how the verb agrees with pronouns, isn't it? We have seen this when we were studying verbs, right? We have done it, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
We did this
Yes,
when we
ma'am.
were studying verbs, right? There is no change in the past tense. There's change only in the present tense, right? My brother was a player. My sisters were dancers, right? But in the present tense, with the singular and the plural. Okay. The general rule, use a plural verb with two or more subjects when they are connected by and. What happens when we join two singular nouns with and? Right? When we see this, when we join two singular verbs with and, what happens? What happens? They become plural. Okay, they become plural when two or more subjects, when they are joined by and, they become plural, right? Suppose I say Arushi and Ananya dash attending the meeting. What happens? Arushi and Ananya, they become two people, they are joined by and, that means they become plural. Okay, a car and a bike are my means of transportation. You and I are going to have fun. So when two nouns, they are joined by and, they become plural. Are you getting it? Can you give me some example?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give me some example? Any one of you? Yes.
Ram and Sham are playing cricket.
Very good. Ram and Shyam are, because Ram and Shyam become plural. Okay? Clear? This is the general rule. But there are some exceptions. Okay? Rules always come with exceptions. And these exceptions, like breaking and entering, is against the law. See, these two words are joined by and, but they are not becoming plural. Okay, bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. Bread and butter, there are two things. Okay, but is used here. Is used here. This is because in these sentences, breaking and entering and bread and butter are compound nouns. Okay, they are compound nouns. So these two subjects, they are synonymous. They are fulfilling each other, right? They are practically together. So they are called compound nouns, and that is why they are used as singular. Okay, they are used as singular. So another example, his power and position has no charm for him anyone, right? His power and position, that means it is considered as one. It is considered as one, right? Okay. Can you think of any example?
The rise and fall of tide is governed by the moon.
Very good. Very good. Beautiful example. Very good. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Ma'am, the comfort and luxury has made the people lazy.
Very good. Beautiful examples. So now you have understood why singular verb is used with two words, although they are joined by and, because they stand as one, right? They are compound nouns and they are practically synonymous to each other, right? And that is why we use singular verb. Okay? When two singular nouns joined by and refer to the same person or thing, the verb is singular. Okay, although they are two, but they are the same person or things. For example, the secretary and treasurer has been arrested. The secretary and treasurer, both are the same. Both are the same person, right? And that is why the secretary and treasurer stand for one person, so has been used. Okay, so how to identify whether this stands for one person or two person, right? If it is for two persons, how can we identify? If it is for one person, how can we identify whether a singular noun will be used or plural, singular verb will be used or plural verb will be used with these kinds of sentences? There is a very thumb rule, right? It is a thumb rule. That means you can clearly identify whether this is a singular or a plural person. The article the is used only once when the two nouns refer to the same person or thing. Okay, if the two nouns refer to different persons or things, article the is used before each noun, right? If I say the secretary and the treasurer, that means there are two people. Okay, but when I say the secretary and treasurer, it means it is only one person who is holding two positions, right? Okay, so here it is very, very clear how to identify whether it is a singular or a plural noun. Okay, in such cases, the verb will be in the plural form. For example, the secretary and the president have been given warm welcome. See, a very good example that is in front of us. You know our principal, right? Principal sir ka malum hai na? He is also the director of DAV schools. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he is principal as well as director. Suppose you see him coming to see your class. So you'll say the principal and director is coming to see our class. That means he is the same person who is holding two different positions. Okay. See, sometimes instead of the, pronoun is also used, possessive pronoun. Suppose I say, my mother and teacher is taking my class. My mother and teacher, that means my mother who is also a teacher, right? But if I say my mother and my teacher are taking class, that means there are two different people, my mother as well as my teacher, right? So when article the or possessive pronoun is used before both nouns, they are plural. But if it is used before only the first noun, it means they are one person. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Chal. Some words end in S and appear to be plural, but are really singular and require singular verbs. The news from the front is bad. Measles is a dangerous disease. Physics is a difficult subject. This is one kind of noun which has S but it is singular. Right? We'll see a list of the words which are ending in S but they are singular. On the other hand, some words ending in S refer to a single thing but are nonetheless plural and require a plural verb. See, they are referring to one particular thing. It is not different, like my assets. My assets means whatever I am possessing, my property, right? It is singular, but it is treated as plural. My assets were wiped out in depression. The average worker's earnings, right? Earnings here is plural, but it is not plural, right? It seems it is singular. It is treated as plural, but it is only one thing. Earnings means my money that I earn, right? That is only one, my salary, okay? But it is treated as plural. So the average worker's earnings have gone up dramatically. Okay, our thanks go to the workers who supported the union. Thanks, it is S. Okay, it ends in S. It is only one thing. I'm giving my thanks. I'm expressing my gratitude. Okay, but it is treated as plural. Okay, so all the words which end in S are never plural. You can't say that if the words end in plural, they are, and in S, they are plural. I say boy, boys, girl, girls. But when I say measles, it doesn't mean the singular of measles is measle. No. Okay, measles itself is singular. So I'll give you some singular verbs which end in S. Right? News, we have seen this, the news is bad. Some games, billiards, bowls, cards, darts, these are the games which end in S, but they are singular. Okay? Billiards is my favorite game. I won't say billiards are my favorite game. Okay? So they are treated as singular. Some proper noun, like Brussels or the United States, right? The United States of America, when considered as a unit, like Brussels is the capital of Belgium. Okay, right? Now some nouns ending in S occur in subjects. We all know this. We have used it many times. We all study these subjects like physics, economics, mathematics, linguistics, accounts, statistics, right? So these are the subjects name which end in S, but they are singular, right? Mathematics is a tough subject. Mathematics does not interest everyone, right? Okay, economics is a great subject. Okay, some nouns ending in S are followed by a singular verb where they refer to one unit, or by a plural verb when they refer to more than one. So it is up to you to decide whether this is going to be used as a singular or plural. Okay, there is no good means to obtain the aim. Means, right? Means is singular here. Okay, but different means, that means different means have been used. Okay, so it means that it is plural. So you have to use seeing how it is used. Okay, species in the same way, right? Okay, so this is when you use a singular, we have to find out, you have to see how it is used in the sentence, whether it is referring to only one or it is referring to more than one. Okay, there the different species of animals are found. Okay, right? When we say species, that means many species. But when I use it as a singular, the species of human being is human. What is it? Sapiens, Homo sapiens, right? Isn't it? So we can use it as a singular as well as plural. So you have to identify whether it is referring to one unit or it is referring to more than one unit. Okay. The third is the term denoting tools and articles of dress consisting of two equal joined parts. Such nouns are used in the plural, but in the construction, a pair of they occur in the singular. Right? Suppose I say bellows or glasses. Suppose I say a pair of glasses is seen. Right? A pair of glasses means I have used pair as a subject. I'm not using glasses as a subject. We'll see some tools later also. Okay. Here. Some illnesses end with S but take up singular verb. They all ended. We have seen measles, diabetes, measles, mumps, rabies, draughts, skittles, rickets. These are all illnesses which end with S, but they are singular. So we have to take up singular verb with them, right? And some nouns have fixed plural form and take a plural verb. Okay, they are never used as singular unless a pair of is used. Okay, like trousers, jeans, glasses, savings, thanks, steps, stairs, customs, congratulations, wages, spectacles, outskirts, goods, widths. Right? There are many words which are used only as plural. My jeans are dirty. I won't say my jeans is dirty. Right? But if I use it with a pair, it is going to change. See how it changes? Words such as glasses, pants, pliers, and scissors are regarded as plural unless they are preceded with a phrase pair of. Right? In which case the word pair becomes the subject. My glasses were on the bed. My pants were torn. A pair of plaid trousers is in the closet. Can you make some sentences with is and are? Both using both the verbs. Suppose I say I use glasses. Okay, glasses. Glasses means spectacles. Okay. I use singular. I use glasses as singular and as well as plural. Right. Suppose I say my glasses were on the bed. I have bought a new pair of glasses which is very smart looking. Right? Here glasses become singular. Right? When I use it with a pair of, it becomes singular. Okay? Because now the noun is not the subject, it is the pair which becomes the subject. Are you clear with this? Are you clear with this? Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Any problem here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we will stop here today. Tomorrow we'll continue from here. This is not going to end in one class. Okay, so it is going to take time. So here how you have to see how the nouns which are joined by and nouns which are ending in s may be singular or may be plural. How they can be singular and how they can be plural. Right? Okay. What are you seeing now? What is on the screen? What is on the
Ma'am,
screen?
nothing.
Nothing. Can you see the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are in the meeting again. So did you understand this? Any problem anywhere you are facing?
No, ma'am.
Sonali? Yes, any problem? If you have any problem, we can solve it now. Yes. So you have to see how the subject agrees with the verb. Okay. So we'll continue with this in the next class. Okay.